Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. And a few weeks ago, I did a little report, content on Beam Readers. Beam Readers is one of those radiology services where you can upload your 3D CBCT if you have one, and it will spit out, they'll have their licensed radiologists spit out a report on pretty much everything from airway to pathology, to Ceph analysis, so many different things you can do. So they did send me one sample report with some x-rays so you can kind of see what it is. This patient really didn't have a lot going on, so I was kind of looking for one that had maybe some pathology or some other cool stuff. But you can see here, it doesn't quite have that much exciting stuff, which is a good thing for the patient, right? But this is the only one that they could give me. So I kind of want to go over a little bit about what you're looking at, what it looks like. So obviously they took the giant CBCT 3D and they took a Ceph slice out of it and they gave a nice Ceph report, which is great. It's rickets, but I'm assuming you can pick a different one. I'm not a huge rickets fan, just not the way I was trained. I prefer Steiner, but I'm sure that there's a way you can control that. And if you, by the way, if you want to know more about Cephs, we have an entire playlist on how to interpret a Ceph, as well as we have some handouts. If you're ever one of our clients, be it our VIP, our concierge monthly, anything, even for a la carte, we will give you, access to definitely a few handouts for those sessions. So let us know. So we won't go over what the Ceph report says, although the patient is very low angle clearly, which you can see, upright incisors, but pretty unremarkable Ceph report. What else? Lower lip to E-plane, yeah, definitely behind. Okay, anyways, let's talk about the report. So the report is this sucker right here, and I know it's going to be a little hard for you to read unless you have a big screen like I do, but basically this is a mock-up report, anonymous patient that they were able to give me. They're going to note that doctor's notes, doctor was looking for a follow-up CBCT for TMJ and airway evaluation as comparison to previous exams, which I don't have the access to the previous ones, but that was the chief complaint. That is what the doctor wanted to know. So they talked about the smallest dimensions of the airway. The measurement was 41. They also noted that there were lingual tonsils that were enlarged, and that's helpful. They definitely noticed in the sinuses that there was a little pathology, some pseudocyst, inflammatory sinus disease. So that's pretty cool that you can note that. And that's going to affect the airway and the sleep. They noticed in the nose that the nasal septum is deviated. There's a spur. Again, this is not dental stuff, except for whenever you take a full CBCT, you are legally responsible for interpreting it. So if you don't know how to do it yourself, you have to send it to someone who does. I went over the pricing in the previous Beam Readers content that I made. So if you want to watch the previous video first, you can just go to my YouTube channel, which is Straightsmile Solutions, and you can search by keyword Beam Readers and it should come up. What else? In the TMJs, they're talking about it's within normal limits. What else? Yeah, it's pretty unremarkable evaluation. I've seen so many crazy ones, but I just couldn't share them, right? And at this moment, but they did mention down at this bottom here under airway, sorry, there's a little cutoff. Small airway dimensions might be a risk factor for SRDB. Recessive jaws and lingual tonsils are contributing to small airway dimensions. So boom, that's pretty much the most important part right here. If I did this on an ortho patient and if I saw that, then I would be like, okay, whatever mechanics I need to do need to be forward mechanics and not backwards mechanics. If this was a kid, obviously I'd be wanting to grow the jaws, right? Not a kid. Patient is how old? I was thinking it was some type of an adult. And why can I not find the age on here? Oh, 40. So we can't grow jaws. But definitely we could do mechanics with ortho that would help to expand the jaws if that was possible. And anytime mechanics could be forward mechanics and not backwards mechanics, which basically makes sense given that the upper incisors are upright. I can't tell you how many times I see cases where you guys haven't really done an airway evaluation, you haven't done a sleep evaluation, and then you're looking to add APR or to slide teeth backwards, and I'm like, whoa, we can't make the volume of the airway smaller. I mean, you need to think about this first, because that's a liability. If you contribute to making the patient's sleep or airway worse, and if the patient was to have OSA and have some type of medical issue with it, you might be liable. It is heading that direction where you guys just can't be winging it with your ortho. But you guys are winging it with your ortho, and it's happening everywhere. You know, you do these engines, and the engines are backwards, you know, where they're adding IPR and lower incisor extraction and moving things backwards and not forwards. Sometimes we can't move things forwards, right? But how would you know? Without this, you don't know. I don't have x-ray vision. Whenever I do an ortho case, I want to know that what I'm doing is going to help the patient, not only aesthetically, but also functionally and airway, you know, focused. Am I going to make things worse, or am I going to make things better? And without an evaluation like this, you do not know. So there's a lot of you, which I think is amazing, is that you're taking this on every single ortho patient, and you're having a company like Beam Readers read every single ortho patient. For me, that's incredible. That is, I mean, yeah, maybe it's 100, 150, but talk about being able to sleep well at night, doing your due diligence, making sure your treatment plan is holistic in nature, and really helping the patient in all different aspects, not just making them smile nicely, but that making them function better, making them sleep better. So that's the benefit of a service like this. If you have the CBCT and if you are taking it, you guys have to be using a service like this, because unless you know how to read these suckers, and if you can't read them to the level that this radiologist read it to, then you really have no business doing it, because all it takes is one, and you're gonna be in some big trouble. So that's pretty much how it works. So this is the sample I got from Beam Readers. They definitely told me if they get more anonymous samples that they will send them to me and I can make more content. But for now, this is all I have. All right, thanks so much.